I see a lot of these edgy wannabe based dudes on the right talking about how you need to be a pagan to be a nationalist. They have no idea what they're talking about, and it is very, very goofy to become a heretic because of like political fashion.
When it comes to things like tribalism, nationalism, whatever term you want to use, it is respecting the divine law of nature. Where I fell out with Christianity, though, is that Christianity says that this nature is corrupt, that it is evil, and that there is a transcendent law made by God for man that must be followed.
So the argument here is that in pagan theology, nature is an emanation or an extension of the divine, and your participation in it and affirmation of it is actually good and life-affirming and morally correct, and that includes your desire to be tribal and like repel foreigners and be like super based and edgy and whatever. And in Christianity, you actually have to deny your natural desires and adhere to some super like gay, restrictive, transcendent morality given by God. And this is just a ridiculous caricature. It's incredibly philosophically imprecise, and it doesn't address the reality of human life. As a human being, there is no natural kind of law that you can either affirm or deny, not in the way that he means it. You have natural desires that conflict all of the time. You're going to naturally want to sleep with people who are not your wife, but you're also going to naturally want to not betray your wife. You're going to naturally want to have empathy towards people in your community, but you're naturally going to want to fight with them at the same time. It's not about affirming or denying your nature at all. It's about figuring out which aspects of your nature, which desires are appropriate to act on in a given circumstance or not. And he admits that by saying that you can either affirm or deny your nature. It implies that you have a choice. That's what makes us rational agents. So this is just amoral gobbledygook. And in Christian classical thinking, the moral law is not some arbitrary standard that floats above all of your natural desires and instincts. It is precisely the orientation, the harmonization of those instincts towards their proper end, which is, if anything, is incredibly nature affirming. The way God created you is actually good. Your nature is actually good. Your desire to protect your people and your common good has its place. It's actually a good thing. It just can't be the thing that gets twisted into like the reason for genocide. Okay, you can't blow up a bunch of buildings with little children in them. The reason that you want to have sex with a person of the opposite gender, that's actually good. You just can't go around sleeping with everybody. That leads to chaos and disorder. Okay, it's just a matter of like harmonizing, tuning the lyre of your soul to the world and to the transcendent law that God has ordered the world and human beings by. I see a lot.
Yeah, like that's absolutely ridiculous. You can just read the book of Maccabees, which is literally about how God chooses a specific bloodline to overthrow Roman rule in Judah. And there's a Song of Solomon, which describes the relations of a husband to his wife like that of a rutting deer to a doe in heat. It's like, yeah, go for it, man. Like yeah. Like even just the Bible alone, if you actually read it, it's very affirming to know that 99.999% of people who identify as Christians know nothing about their religion. So if you don't like Christianity, like I grew up thinking I didn't like Christianity. I actually just didn't like the half-baked version of Christianity that was not even half-baked. It was just like sand. I don't know. Someone was telling me like sand was cake and commanding me to eat it, and then it was very weird. It was not Christianity at all. Christianity is the reconciliation of Greek and Roman thought with Hindu and Buddhist mysticism, while also affirming sexual desire, Greek aesthetics, Roman warfare. I mean, God is literally described as the Lord of Hosts in the Old Testament. It's one of his most common names is the Lord of Hosts. A host is an army. He is the Lord of armies. He commands the Israelites to go conquer in his name in Deuteronomy and berates them for not being courageous enough in conquering their enemies. Or just like literally like not believing that he wants them to go conquer. And he's like, you didn't believe me. Like I wanted you to conquer so hard and you just didn't conquer. And now I'm super mad at you. And your children are actually cursed because you didn't conquer hard enough. But I'm going to appoint people who are going to conquer so hard that they're going to bring me glory, but it won't be you. Like that's the God of the Old Testament. And then Jesus comes and he says, I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. And then he kills death.